My Roku remote won't pair.
You need to take the battery case door off.
I don't think it is failing to pair because the batteries are dead. And I'd know that if all the lights on the remote were dead.
You're right that the remote won't pair if the batteries are dying.
It won't work at all if the batteries are dead.
You still have to take off the battery case door to see the pairing button. You can push that to push the button, and the LEDs will start blinking continuously.
I've heard you have to unplug the Roku player and plug it back in.
Yeah, the Roku set-top box typically enters pairing mode when it reboots after a hard reboot, and it will then search for the Roku remote and try to pair for it.
I think I've already tried that.
Roku tech support has told people to hold down the home and down arrow time at the same time, then hold down the pairing button for 5 seconds while still holding down the first two until the LED starts blinking.
That's just the Roku equivalent of Control-Alt-Delete.
After the LED on the remote starts blinking, unplug the Roku from the wall, wait a minute and plug it back in.
That's a hard reboot.
When the Roku box comes back up, it should bring up the pairing screen and try to pair up with the remote.
What do I do if that doesn't work?
Buy a new remote or install the Roku app on your smartphone. Or make sure the remote is close enough for the Roku box to actually sense the remote.
I've heard of people doing a factory reset on the Roku box.
That only solves the issue if it won't pair due to bad software or settings on the Roku box. You can try to hard reboot the remote instead.
How do you do that?
Take batteries out of the remote, unplug the Roku box, reconnect the Roku set-top box, wait for the banner to show up on the screen, put batteries back in the remote, push the pairing button, let everything boot up.
Now I'm rebooting everything the hard way and hoping they talk to each other.
There's also just waiting, since the LED blinks as it is trying to pair but stops when it does pair off.
I know it stops blinking when it pairs and registers right.
The Roku remote typically won't connect to a wireless home network if it doesn't get 3 or more signal bars, so you may need to try to pair it closer to the router or move the router.
It certainly isn't Wi-Fi interference because of someone else using a cell phone turned Wi-Fi hotspot.
The Roku manual says to make sure you have the right router selected on the wireless screen. You may have to switch routers to get a good enough signal.
That is up there with making sure you have the right password for the router to be able to connect both the Roku and remote to the network.
The manual says if the status light flashes once each time you push the remote control buttons, the issue isn't the remote. If that's the case, reboot the box or reset to factory defaults or call for tech support.